And I'm watching the Discord channel. So if you don't want to be recorded, you can just type in the channel, and I should be able to see it as well. All right, so we're here, and now I will need to make just the. This will be a little sphere, probably. I don't think I'm going to go fancy with this. You could do a sphere, and you could do a number of planes that have like transparent texture in them, if you want to get that kind of like fuzzy look. Um, a lot of games will do that for some of the special effects, especially if you look at fighting games, or see if I can find a good one here. Do do do. Okay, perfect. So here's one from OW. So can you see that? It's loading. Oh lol.
Yeah.
Whatever, you can see. So that's actually a bunch of like flat 2D textures. They're billboarded, so they're facing. And then this one is like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a cylinder that's like textured transparently. So those when they're quick, you don't really notice. Um, Zarya's Grav, I think, is one of the big ones. Hmm. No, I can't see it. But it has like literally just planes with like transparent textures on them. So we can do that if we want to kind of get this kind of fuzzy glow stuff around it. But we can do that later. For now, I'll just do like a sphere. I'll probably do a sphere for this and a similar sphere inside. They'll be set to emissive, so they'll glow, and they will. If I add bloom on them, they'll also actually make everything else glow. Um, Sorry, they'll have a kind of fuzziness around them. They won't have everything else glow unless you have something called global illumination or screen space reflection. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to look like in Sketchfab. I know you can do it in Unity or in Unreal, but we're going to try and like actually texture the inside so it's glowing. So it's just a little easier for us to ensure that that stuff looks like it's glowing as it should. But either way, all I need to do now is the feet, the ears, the tail. This is the same as this, so that's fine. And then the little stalk. Because like the two spheres, that's fine. We don't need it. But let me show you a trick. It's not really a trick, but so as with everything in life, things are easier if you're lazy. So I'm just gonna grab this little.
That is a life
And what does that
lesson.
look like, you? That looks like a kind of fat little
What?
paw, doesn't it? Looks a little bit like a tiny little fat paw. So I'm pretty sure I can modify this. Um, That's actually a serious quote. Like Bill Gates said, I don't hire hard work. I prefer someone who is lazy but smart, because they'll find the most efficient way to get the job done. Um, you still have to get the job done, but okay. Then let me squish this in so it's more. Oh look, a little pause happening. And because I haven't textured it yet, it's fine. It doesn't matter because it's just the mesh. If I had it textured, it would be a problem, or unwrapped. Just trying to keep good edge flow here. And then will I add another segment because the ooh, what is this shine here? That's the artificial light. It's aiming up, so I think I will add another segment here. So get that in place first, and then I will connect all these edges. And does that look like a cat paw to people?
Yeah,
It's kind of a cute little cat. Yeah, yeah. Maybe should I make the toes closer? Hmm. I'll make the
maybe they
sides.
a little bit splayed out, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
just
mean,
push out these, and
it
that
could be
should
a very
change.
heavy pumpkin.
Well, if I push these out,
Yeah,
that works quite a bit, I think. Yeah, and maybe. Well, no one's gonna look below, so who cares? We could give it like a little claw to sell it even more, but will we give it a claw? You
puff
bother?
claw.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Effort. I'm just gonna make a pyramid. Why isn't my pyramid drawing? Oh, it's over here. Lol. And I'll do a bend modifier on that. And the bend modifier literally just does what it says on the tin. Bends. And done. Claw. That's a million miles away from everything for some reason. And I, again, just need to do one of them. Cool. So that's done. My little paw.
Like, if you had to rig this model, would you have built the bones first?
No,
Or
almost never. Almost never. The only time you do the bones first is if you have a standardized rig. So you've already made a character or whatever, and you know that all your characters are going to use the same rig. So when you make new characters, you know they have to fit to that rig. That's the only time you do that. And even then, you kind of do all your concepting based on that knowledge, as opposed to like I guess making a rig and then fitting it. No, almost always, especially if it's a default, if unique character, the model comes first. Almost always.
okay, so you like make a custom rig to the specific model.
If it's a once-off, yeah, yeah. Except for that exception that I said that you are sharing, what you call it, rigs amongst other models. That's the only exception. Oof, it's gonna be a really big claw. Oh, sure, we'll see. I'm sure it's fine. All right, so that's done. Job done. Happy days. Now we're gonna do the ears, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Be a lazy boy.
Clever.
Because what is a bow tie but an ear? Sideways.
Both.
You planned this last week, didn't you?
I actually didn't. I looked at it today, kind of going, all right, I need to do that. No, sorry, yesterday. Going, I need to do that tomorrow. What's the best way? And I was like, oh wait, these actually look exactly the same. Well, they don't look exactly the same, but they can be.
Yeah, you can alter them, make it the idea.
Yeah. So let me squish it down a bit because the ears are kind of chunky, but not that chunky. So that's, and I'm gonna keep them straight for now. I know they're kind of sideways here, but just for now, while I'm modeling this and getting the shape right, I'm gonna keep them straight because it's gonna be easier for me to use like FFD tools or like scaling and stuff like that. There are ways to do it, like you can change the scale to look at screen, I believe, so it'll always face where you're looking. You can do that, but it is just easier to keep it like on view and just keep them straight for now. So let's do that a little bit. a little bit more stretched, and then let's pull up the little point, and then I'll probably do an F50 in this. So grab these, do a little bit of a soft selection. But yeah, when you are modeling, and while you're planning this, actually, do have a look at stuff like this where you can reduce your workload by going, oh, this cylinder could be 4 different things. It really does increase the speed
For
at which you can do.
for a dump truck model for our prototype racing game, I used the same object for the trailer as the base of the dump truck as well.
Yeah, stuff like that does it does help make things go smoother. And let's open this up, make it a bit rounder here. It's a cute ear. I think that works okay. And then I want the ear to fold in like a little concave. But I will F50 for that, I think. Yeah, I think I will. Ooh, make sure there's no selection on. I will do a 4x4? Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's because this whole thing is one object, so it's going to F50 everything. But I should be able to just select this and F50 only this. Yay. So when you're F50ing, in general, or any kind of like these changes, you may want to do it like one axis at a time. So I'm going to look at it from the top first. Sugar. Should have squished this first so it gets tapered in towards the edge. There we
It's
go.
like when sculpting things in the real world and not in 3D software. You have like a giant block that you're going to sculpt from, and you draw this design of it on one side, and then on the other, and then you just cut it out.
Yeah, I think a lot of that kind of stuff, like architectural drawings and shit like that, all do the same thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think the concept is probably the same. Um, but I'm not a very artistic person, so I don't know about that stuff. Does this need to be more of a tip, or is it kind of cute that it's chunky? Let's see. I like it. I like it a little chunky. Let's go in between. Have I grabbed one stupid? I have, but it hasn't affected anything. Yeah, it's fine. Is that enough of a concave? I think that's okay. And then I may also try to do. You see the way I've like added tufts here, little tufts. I'm gonna see if I can do. I think cat's ears are tufts on the outside. Let me just double check on my cat.
I I literally sent a picture of my cat to the asset design chat before class.
Quickly, somebody grab a cat.
Oh, is that
and
the
put it
reason?
on the
Because I was just like, okay, some random cat, whatever.
Okay, a cat literally just walked into my room.
No.
I mean, then again, we
Ruin
we
that.
are we are
Cat and
making a
put it on the
fictional pumpkin. We're making a fictional pumpkin cat. It doesn't have to adhere to
I mean, it does.
natural
So
laws.
this is the kind of thing it does. It's obviously fake, but it's drawing on real world
Yeah.
things. Because if you just make up your own shit, it's probably too far away from what people know. So like, I don't know if you remember all the way back in first year about character design, where they're like, I was like, a lot of things are mishmash with Y, um, and this is exactly like a cat mixed with a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So the tufts seem to be the outside, so I'm gonna keep the tufts on the outside. So basically, like the if the closer you can get it to realistic, the better you can stylize it. Because like if I
Mm.
randomly put a tuft like in the middle of the ear, let's say, people are gonna be like, "Is that a spike? Is that a whatever?" They don't have a frame of reference. But if I put it on the side, people understand. Oh, that's a little tuft. All right, so I will probably Can I tessellate this? I've actually never tried this. Let's try. Oh, I'm a genius. So instead of tessellating from the side, we're going to tessellate from the corners. Cool. Perfect. Hit yes. Hit yes. And I should be able to pull out that little tuft. Oh, look. Oh, bless. A little tuft.
Oh.
Let's make it move forwards. We'll add a
Bless.
second tuft. Yeah, let's add 2 tufts and maybe 1 on this side and then job done. Where's tessellate? There we go. Ah, yeah, so you can see like it looks like a stylized tuft. That actually works pretty well. That's pretty good. Well done, Baz. Professor, did you see what I did?
No.
Are you not replying because you're
And
being
that's
recorded?
cold.
It's because you're just being
Yeah.
recorded.
It's not even like
Alright,
a
I'm just
no,
gonna
it's
put
bad.
it
It's
into
just
position just to double check that it looks okay. So it's on this segment here. And yeah, it needs to be bigger. And I can rotate it to the right orientation right now. Forward maybe. And you kind of want to do this before unwrapping because the size of the UV that you create is by default related to the size of the polygon. And you can change that, but it's just a lot more work to manually do that. So you might as well just make the shape right in the first place. Let's do... Let me pull this bit down. Yeah, I think that looks okay. It's kind of growing out of the cat. Maybe push it back a little bit. Rotate it forward a tiny bit, so... Okay, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Cool. So, again, we've just made 2 separate items, literally just by copy-pasting and doing some edits. So again, making your life easier. We will now do the 2 last little bits, and then we can unwrap. And that will be the tail, and I'll do the same kind of concept where I'll pull out a few tufts, and then this kind of wrappy thing. So we're going to do something a little bit not what you would usually do, which is when we make the tail, I don't know if you've seen like models where the model defaults to like the default rig and the tail's like straight, completely straight. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, like that. So the reason why the model has a completely straight tail is because it's easier to texture that way. And it's also for animation and setting up bones, it's easier if it's already straight. Um, so we will probably we'll start off making it straight, but then we'll just curl it. I love that Shaq gif. It's like one of the best gifs. Okay, I'm just trying to think what the best. I'm probably gonna do a cylinder, to be honest, for the tail. Wait, no, I can do a capsule. I can do a capsule. So we're gonna go to extended primitives. Ooh, then we're gonna do capsule. And then we're gonna do height segments on it, so I can have some. And again, I need a bunch of segments because I do need to bend it. Let's give the tail quite a few segments. Yeah, quite a few segments. Maybe a bit more. So we're not that worried about poly count. And then we are gonna just FFD the cylinder. So after Sabrina, the cat. Well, Salem kind of sucks in Sabrina as well. No, I know it's Sabrina the
How
Teenage
dare
Witch.
you?
I'm saying Sabrina, comma, the cat. Oh my lord.
Yeah. I remember that show. The one
What
that
have
I
you
had.
There's
I
a
had an
really
awkward. Yeah, but I remember the old live action show. I had like an awkward, nostalgic trip out right there when you said Sabrina the Witch.
Man, I love you.
why is this not working? Okay, it's not affecting them all correctly. I'll go back and fix this in edit poly. So I kind of want it to. Will I do it like that? Yeah. Okay. I think that's long enough for a cattail. Cool. I probably have even too many segments. Now, because I haven't done any edit poly, I can still, I think, go back to the capsule and adjust the amount of segments. Yeah, I can. So
Is there any way of when editing the body like putting it back to normal and then being able to change the segments after?
sorry, it broke up there for me. What did
Is
you
there
say?
any way of editing the amount of segments there is after you've put a edit poly modifier on it?
That's more difficult. Sometimes you're okay, sometimes you're not. The reason is, like, let's say I edit this vertex, right? It knows that I
Yeah.
made an edit in this point in 3D space. If I go back and add more segments, it doesn't know which of those vertices it was that I added it, and it may
Okay.
cause conflict. Sometimes it's fine, but most of the time, it generally gets like a little bit, yeah, lost.
Confused,
Okay, so this issue, I'm just going to grab all the edges, and I'll do something called a make planar. What a make planar does is it aligns all of them together. So if I make planar this, it probably won't work. Yeah, it's kind of offset. You see, like it's not perfectly straight because it's taking the average orientation of all of them, which I guess results in something that's 45 degrees. But I can make planar in one of the axes. So I believe this should be Y. Nope. X. Nope. Z. Yay. So I made planar in Z, and they're all planar with respect to Z. And that's good. You can do that on vertices or faces or whatever. So again, I'm just going to do a few tessellations here and there. Pull out some little... Oh no, I do need more. I do need more. So here, Emmett, we're going to find out whether this extra segment is going to break it or not. No, all good, all good, all good, all good. One more? Yeah, good. So I'm randomly selecting a few little vertices here. Sorry, vertices. Faces. One or two at the back as well. And I'm going to tessellate all of them. Oh no, wrong tessellation type. Tessellate from the corners, please. And let's see if I can do all of these at the same time, because I am lazy. So they all go up at the same time, and then if I scale them outwards, fingers crossed. Yeah. Spiky. It's a little too spiky. Let's bring them back in. And you know what? It's kind of weird because they just pop out like that. So let me undo that and I'll turn on soft selection. So this should bring some of the polygons with them. So reduce the fall off. Something like that maybe. Let's see how that works. Oh, that's too much. Oh, and the pinch. I want to change the pinch so it pinches like that. There we go. And probably a little bit less fall off. Yeah, that looks better. So much better. It looks like a streamline push up as opposed to like they just randomly have little spikes popping up. It's a small thing, but I think it will make a difference. There we go. And I think this should be a little skinnier maybe. And then we should add it. Looks like a cucumber. It even has like a cat butt.
Okay.
Is that what? Cat's butts?
Is it a bit too high? Maybe a little bit lower.
What?
No,
You had
just
a
saying.
cat?
This is no, not the cat. The tail. The tail
Yeah,
doesn't
but
need to be
have
a
you ever
bit.
had a cat? The butts are like, the tails are like right on top.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do a quick bend on it just to see whether it looks okay.
If you've ever seen a cat, its tail is stuck to its head. Oh.
Oh bless. That actually works pretty okay. When it's textured, I think it'll look quite a bit better as well. Maybe it could be thicker. I probably made it too thin, especially in the middle. It should like fluff up.
Why do I feel like you're going to use this tail for the headpiece?
Should it maybe come back in a little bit where the bow is?
Yeah, it should like on this bit. In this bit here, it's too like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me grab it. Do a soft selection. What did you say there, Kian?
I was saying, why do I feel like this tail is going to be used as the headpiece as well?
How very dare you? How dare you? You don't have any proof.
Yes.
The only thing I couldn't do with for the head is because of all the tessellated pieces. I should have just hit it that bend instead of like disabling it.
Oh, that's handy.
Cute.
I'm still uncomfortable with it coming from the top of the pumpkin.
But like, okay,
That's where. That's
why are
where
you
it would
making
be,
me
like,
Google?
Oh my god. Wait, what are you gonna Google?
Baz, we're not making you do anything.
There, it's right there. It's
You're controlling this
Look.
yourself.
No, but that's from the bottom of the cat.
there. Look, it's like it's pretty high.
Little dick.
Well, I mean, the head also comes up because he has a neck.
I think
Put
this
it way at the
creature,
top, it kind of looks like it's
Doesn't
coming
have
out the
a
back of his head.
yeah, I think this creature is taking more pumpkin DNA than cat DNA.
All right,
Considering
well,
the
Why, it
down.
won't
shape of
matter.
the pumpkin.
It's not 50-50 cat to pumpkin.
Cat pumpkin.
Like there.
Yeah, that's
Bottom
fine.
of the pumpkin.
I'm
No,
not-
no, no, I like
No,
it
definitely
there.
not the bottom. The bottom would be.
Yeah, it's more middle, and you all laughed at me.
I don't like it. Wait, what's this T-pose cat?
Did I hear a cat meow?
That's pretty good.
Wait, what?
All right. So I wasn't actually gonna reuse it for this, but we can, and it'll be kind of a thorny stem instead of like. Yeah. Do you know what? We're lazy, aren't we? We're very lazy. Let's do it.
Oh, we're supposed to be lazy now.
Well, you're supposed to be a smart lazy. Like you still need to get the job done to a
Yeah.
very high quality, but you're trying to do it as easily as possible. We're not the kind of lazy of like, ugh, I can't be arsed to do anything. We're like, what's the easiest way for us to get this done?
Hey,
Or when we
I
all
was
get hired by
partially
Bill
right.
Gates.
Well, he ain't hiring anyone anymore, so
Oof.
well, he
Youch.
isn't. He's retired. Okay, I'm gonna squish this down. So that's like the flared out bit at the end. Let me flare that out. And because it's kind of a, it's like kind of grown in stem. I don't have to be as perfect as I did for a tail. I'm gonna make like some variations in width to simulate like growth. And I will also grab a few random areas and just kind of drop the follow there, and just kind of move them in and out a bit, to simulate again kind of like knobbly growth that you find on an organic thing. Good idea, Kian. This is a lot better than just making it from scratch.
Yay!
I like being lazy. Okay, and then the whole bottom needs to spread out because that's going to be the stem.
I got the Goosebumps song
What?
stuck in my head now.
Oh,
Is the stream frozen or
you're frozen, Kian.
it's
Life is frozen.
Oh,
What day do we have acid design?
I don't know. I can't even remember what day it is. It was
That makes no sense.
time is irrelevant when COVID exists.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out some. See if I can lazily pull out some. Probably need to change the pinch on this. Some little roots. Ideally, we need a few more segments here. It's a little more jaggedy than I would like. It's okay, but it's not great. Okay. Now let's see. I'm just trying to think now. What's the best way to curl this? So I'm going to show you another method. So I could do the bend again, but the bend like bends over the whole thing. Whereas I kind of want this like question mark shape, right? So there's two ways. I can manually go in and do it bit by bit. I can do an FFD cylinder with higher FFD cylinder. Do you know what? Actually, let's do the F50 because it's easy. Probably the best method for this. But I will set a higher number of points. Yeah.
And just change each of them on each level.
Yeah, and I'll do it from this front. I hope. Let's rotate this a little bit. Actually, let me grab. Should grab everything above it, so I'm kind of doing it all at the same time, just so they all align. F50 is pretty important. It weirdly doesn't quite exist in some other programs, like for how useful this tool is. Like some other programs have sort of an analog to it, but nothing quite like this, which is weird because I feel like this is very necessary. It's like the warp tool in Photoshop. You don't really think you need it until you do, and when you do it, you really do need it. Okay, so once I've got it right from the front, I'll do it from the side, because from the side it's like perfect, which is not what I want. So let's make a few variations. Because again, asymmetry is kind of cute in this context. Okay, cool. And there we go. Let's just put it there on top and see if we need to scale it, which I'm sure we do. Looks a bit small. There is a teapot tool. Is that too big? That's too big. And the teapot tool is right there. Teapot.
Oh. Okay.
Spawn teapot.
Just there.
It's a 3D.
Oh, it's like Blender and the monkey head, right?
Yeah, it's for rendering and it's the meme.
Yeah.
It's the 3D meme. Teapots and monkey heads. Okay, so we are ready to unwrap. Should I show you? Yeah, I will show you. I'm just going to make a copy of this and show you a different method of getting a shape like this. Because it is useful for, let's say I have a huge rope or something and I want to make a lovely coil or something like that. I could do this, but it would take a long, long time. It gives me more control, but let me show you a different method. So I will make something called a spline, which is like a path. Spline, it's like a path tool. Now, when you're
Oh,
making
for the texture
splines, you
developer.
got to be careful. Let's see, if I make a spline like this, it looks like it's straight, right? Oops, sugar. However, if I rotate the camera, it's miles and miles away. So you can't do that. What you need to do
Is find the project again.
Oh, if you get lost, like click on anything and hit Z, it'll zoom.
Yeah.
You want to change the orthographic view, and you also want to look at it from like say the front or the back or the side or whatever. Ooh. F for front, but I can change that to default shading. Wait, why is this the front? Oh, I've made the whole model sideways. Okay, so it's here. Let me make that line now. So you can either like tap, 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 or I can, hopefully if I hit backspace, I can click and drag like the Bezier tool in Photoshop.
Ah.
Right click to finish. So now it's there instead of a million miles away. You can still edit it, so you go to the modifier and you hit the vertices. So you can still edit as well. Like so if I want to move it in this axis, I can do so. So you can see I get like a little bit more of a complicated shape much faster. But I lose a little more control over exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got this kind of weird squirrely shape. Now I never remember this, so bear with me. It's one of the two, and I always forget which one it is. It is a path deform that I want to do. I think it's this path deform. Pick that path. And move to path. So now it's going to follow. Yeah,
Whoa.
and then the percentage is where it starts from. So I'm going to start from there. And I
What the?
can stretch it so it stretches along. You can even twist it. Let me turn on the wireframe so you can see what it's doing. You can even twist it so you can see when I twist it, it rotates around. And this can be animated, so you can.
Ah.
Yeah, it's pretty funky. And then you can
Spiral.
rotate around. So that is just another method. So it's a path to form, and then when you finish, you need to collapse it back to an editable poly. So just add another edit poly on top of it, or right click, convert to editable poly, and now it's a puff.
Oh my god.
No, I think I want the other path to form. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think I want this one. So there's a path to form, brackets WSM, and there's this path to form. They do the same thing, just like, oh, sugar. I think this one, if I convert to editable poly, it will, yeah, it just stays as it is. Yeah, so it is its own thing there. Okay, so yeah, you want the normal path to form, not the WSM one. But you can kind of see that shape is like immediately done and it's ready to go. All right, and then the last thing we need to do is unwrap. And then we can go into substance. So I'm gonna try to attach all them together because I want to unwrap everything together. I can just right click convert to editable poly. I don't need my history. It will destroy my history, so I won't be able to go back down. If you're really worried, sometimes you can save like a copy. But I don't care. I'm just gonna destroy all my history and attach everything to me.
Who are you again?
Oh no. Oh no. I should have unwrapped this straight. Oh no. No, 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 no. Okay. Let's make that straight so it's easier to unwrap. This will be a little bit of a bollocks to unwrap, the little stalk. Again, ideally it should be straight because it's a lot easier to unwrap when it's straight. And the other thing I'll do is also separate all the pieces away from each other because I'm unwrapping them, and when I'm texturing them as well, I probably want to separate them all away from each other. If I'm manually painting. Cool. Are we okay so far? Would people like me to chill for a bit while you try to get up to speed, or do you want me to dump right into unwrapping? I'm receiving no replies.
Ah,
I'd say you're good to keep going.
Okay. So I'm gonna do unwrapping now. I will probably start with the head because I feel like that's the most complicated and difficult one. So I will, yeah, and I can hide this plane. I don't need that anymore. So what I will do is I'll probably unwrap everything on the surface outside as one piece, and I will unwrap the inside separately later, which is going to be a little annoying. Why is it doing that? I'm just gonna try. Do you want see if I can do this the lazy way again? And I will actually. I'll get rid of all these green ones as well. They don't help me. So the lazy way is I'll grab everything in the area that I want, and I'll deselect what I don't want. Like all of this. Oh, it's not. It's ignoring the back facing, so if it's facing away from me, it's not selecting it. I'll turn off ignore back facing, and that should select. Come on, let me select that one. There we go. Alt to deselect. So I've got everything selected, and I'll just Alt to deselect areas I don't want. I personally find this easier. I don't know if people do, but personally, I think this is much faster than going and clicking on each one. You may still have to occasionally, like here. Every day, Danica. Every day.
same. Whenever it's talking with my family.
Same when I was trying to talk to the class at the start of this class.
It means they respect you as much as this class respects me.
I've gotten to the stage where it respects me.
Stop trying to make drama with there's no drama.
Eh,
How many people are actually following along trying to do stuff, and how many people are like half browsing Reddit?
I'm gonna watch it after. Well, I'm watching it both, but I'm gonna do it after because it's too hard to
I'm
do both at the same time.
I'm watching along and making sure I see what you're clicking on and making sure I know what it is you're using, and then I'm going to rewatch the video and do it on my own. But I'd like to be able to pay as much attention as I can to what you're doing first.
Great minds think alike.
I think I've got all. Oh, I missed one there. It's kind of lagging quite a bit. Sorry, because of I'm recording as well and streaming, so computer's not very happy.
Its processor is upset.
Yeah, it's hard because I do go too fast. If this was in class, I'd stop and then let you have a chance to. Oh no, let you have a chance to catch up and then go around and help. But obviously,
You can't do
oh
that
no,
here. If you
done a
walked into
thing,
my
done a
room,
thing, done a thing, done a thing, done a bad thing. Oh no. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Got lost.
Oh no.
Wait, why is the inside of this all still? No. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna seam that anyway later, so it's fine.
the top lip of the mouth at the center isn't redlined.
I think it's because I looked at it from behind here and deselected. So. Okay, we good? We good to go? Good to go. Don't care anymore. Let's do it. So I'm going to convert all these lines. Oh no, one up here. Convert all these lines to seams, which is this button. Yay, they're all seams. And then the way I want to unwrap this, I think if I unwrap this all as one shell, I don't know if it's going to be too much. I'm going to try and do like a carve here. I'll keep the face as flat as possible. I'll probably carve, and carve down to split it. Hopefully you'll see what I mean. I'll do a point-to-point carve. So this point-to-point seam. And I'm trying to carve in the valleys because they're less likely to be visible, the seams. Okay, and then let's see if that will unwrap. It may not. Oh, I'm missing a seam somewhere. How is it getting inside? I have missed. Is that it? Yeah, it's right here. There we go. Okay. That should be pretty good. Let's do a pelt on it and see what happens.
Huh.
Haven't started yet, so a moment of truth. Start the pelt. Oh, maybe. Start relaxing.
Ooh.
Oh, definitely not. Well, let's see. Let's give it
Oh.
some time. I think I need to cut a bit more on the top and the bottom. So whenever it's squished like this or overlap, it doesn't have enough space to spread out, I guess. Sometimes you can give it some time and it will do okay. But in this case, I don't think it's happening. Let me just change the settings. So I will change this to do it by edge angles. Maybe. Are we getting there? And let's increase the amount of iterations and let's let it stretch a little. Oh, wait. Is that good? I mean, kinda. Let's go back to Polygon. Let's relax it again. No, Polygon doesn't seem to do well, so let's do it by edge. I'm not very happy with that. See, the way it's trying to stretch these, but it can't really. Let me cut a few more seams and give it a bit more space to stretch.
It's
Okay, it's looking
weird.
way better.
It's like its own physics engine inside.
It kind of is.
Imagine having to try to do this all by hand before this kind of stuff existed. Jesus Christ.
People did. Okay, so polygon angles is working a lot better now. Yeah, that's much better. You can see the shape and everything. They're all lined up pretty well. That's pretty good.
Now it looks like a bat.
Yeah, it does. So if you can kind of see the features, that's probably good. You can probably do something with it. But why
Or
is
the
the
last
mouse
color of
open
gold.
so much? Not very happy about that, but whatever. Actually, let me delete this seam because I think that's why this is splitting open so much. So I'm going to go to edit seam. I will turn on ignore backfacing now, and I should just be able to drag that, and it shouldn't delete the ones on top. Yeah, because I'm ignoring backfacing. And let's pelt for the last time, hopefully. Come on, little kitty, give me a smile.
No, I think he's just gonna scream.
It's actually better before. I'll need to fix that little snaggletooth here. Cool. Alright. So that's pretty alright. We'll see when we go into substance. But I think that works. So that's the face. I'm going to leave them outside here so I can deal with the rest as they come. And then let's do the inside. I wonder if I just pelt everything. Oh, I wonder what will happen. Nope. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously it can't stretch. There's no seam to cut. So I'm going to have to cut a seam all the way down. Can't change the assignment in the middle of the assignment. Okay, I'm just cutting all the way through, so hopefully this will come in two halves. We'll see. Nope, I'm missing a thing. Oh yeah, doesn't go all the way. Well, let's see. Maybe this will pelt. Oh lol. Awful. I kind of want a mirror image of the outside, sort of. Let me delete some of these seams here because I feel like they're causing problems. Why does this class just feel like me doing work and people just memeing?
I do the work just later.
Sorry, did you say something about?
Nothing important.
Maybe you should just deliver all future lectures in the form of GIF.
I'll just record them and then never talk to you again. I'll just have them, you can just watch and just see what
No,
happens.
that'll make me sad.
His
I'll get
feelings got hurt, you guys.
Wow.
Hear the lecturer, make them feel better.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Sweetie. I'd be very.
That's the
I'd be,
saying. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get a GIF for this now.
I don't think you can say the word
You're
sweetie
doing great,
now.
sweaty.
Sweaty. Just like the old days.
Thank you, Olivia.
Okay, we're doing better. Oh no, why?
Fuck, no way.
Oh no, why? Maybe I'm asking too much of 3ds Max to try and Whose idea was it to do pumpkin again?
Serena.
No, it's Matthias originally.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ah.
I think it was a pumpkin helmet we planned to do or something. Someone mentioned pumpkin helmet, and then we all went on our crazy way.
Initially, I
some
wanted to
small
take the
pro
Master
shirt.
Chief helmet and make it a pumpkin. Never got around to it though.
I'm a little happier knowing you all have to do this. Please unwrap. Oh, great. Here we go. Let's do half. Much better. So sometimes it's easier to do half, even though it's getting problems here. It's a lot better than it was. Bye. Okay.
It's running away.
It's having a lot of issues on the this little area. It really is having a lot of issues. I'm just gonna see if I can fix that or not. Everything else is kind of okay. Just those cheek areas are not. Trying to even figure out what these cheek areas are. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Yeah. And the nose here.
Are these stuff that's on the inside of the pumpkin,
So
or
the green is wherever borders are. But basically it's getting very confused about which is... Yeah, these are all inside.
oh, okay, so that's probably maybe the stuff stretched
Yeah, I
on the inside.
probably... What I will probably do now... I'll probably seam like the... This little section is probably what's causing all the problems. Because it's trying to flatten out this area, if that makes sense. And I think that's causing a lot of issues. So I'm going to try to keep them separate. So they'll be their own pieces. Which is a bit of work, but... Can I do it from the inside? That'd be so much easier. I'm inside. I'm in, guys. I'm in.
Here comes Baz entering the Matrix.
Oh, and I have a little overlap here. Dang it. Need to fix that. Guess you could say I hacked 3ds Max. Ugh. Please let me select all... No, come on. Come on, you know it's the same edge. Come on. It doesn't know it's the same edge. Is that a merge? Oh, it is a merge. No wonder it's getting confused. I have a lot of really bad edge flow inside that I did not realize. Okay, I think that's seamed now. Where did my windows go? Oh no. Oh, come on. Come on. You can do it. Oh, these little cheek bits are gonna be the death of me. This one I can fix. This one I have no idea what's going on.
So you're saying delete the whiskers.
I don't know. They're just super not having a good time with the whiskers on the inside.
Mm.
Did anyone else just hear that?
Just checking if I missed any of the edges. I think I don't think I did. Yes, I missed one there. And here. And not there. Okay. So at least I know the problems. Okay, and then I assume there's one hidden here. I can't really see. I'm gonna try and click until I get it. Think I got it? Yay. Yay. Okay, maybe this will fix itself now. Wrap. There's quite a few pretty decent automatic unwrapping tools. None of them are perfect though. And we are especially difficult because we've got an internal piece as well, which generally you wouldn't have. Oh my god, that's so much nicer. So much nicer. Let's start to put. Yeah, it's actually fine. Let's commit that. Great stuff. Oh, happy days. Done. Okay, don't need to look at you anymore. Let's go to the other side.
So you're just doing it in 2 full halves now.
Yeah, it just seems to run better. Oh yeah, I don't even need to relax. Let's just leave that. Job done. Don't care. It is
Yeah.
done. Done. Okay, and then these strips, I think I'm gonna see whether they can unwrap, but I think it won't like it. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's doing okay. So just do each one of those, each individually. Oh, I need to fix that one. The whiskers are causing problems because I think we made them too skinny here. So they're causing quite a few issues. Like, we just have to manually fix them. It doesn't quite understand which parts are what. Okay, that's done. What even is that? But yeah, this is kind of my fault, to be honest, for making such skinny whiskers. I should have given them more space. So the program's kind of getting very confused.
I didn't do whiskers on my one because they just got annoyingly complicated and didn't work.
They are pretty complicated. Yalchio's a tough character. It's quite
To be
complicated.
fair, I wasn't there to make the choice.
It's got internals. It's got
I just blindly followed like a sheep. Don't blame me.
Well,
I
this is
was
all
only
part of learning.
following orders.
I think this is the hardest one so far. I think they chose a battle axe one year that they got really, they really were sad about when they had to do it. There was a week to choose, yeah. Oh, seams in there. On the plus side, though, this is like a ready to go portfolio piece. So if you do it well. Let's do that one in 2 health. Yeah, to be fair, this is a pretty complicated model, so there's quite a few techniques that you wouldn't have learned until quite a bit later. So it is kind of a blessing in disguise-ish. It is tough though, I'm not gonna lie.
The road of success is paved with bad intentions.
Why? Stop. No, stop, relax, stop. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
That was a lot of words.
The funny thing is as well, when you later learn other methods, like the high to low poly method, it well, it seems easier. I'm not entirely convinced it's easier, but it seems easier than this. But you kind of still need to know these techniques anyway. Okay, this one is definitely not happy with, and I will probably have to manually do this. Should we do Global Game Jam again this year?
Yeah.
It's so much work.
What about course game jam this year?
Yeah, but like a course Global Game Jam. Or you mean like a generic course game jam?
No, like the ones that have been like held just for college in the past, like the short ones.
Yeah, you can do them.
I'm not organizing that.
He got you there.
I mean, you're the
Or-
lecturer.
Bren, you
Mhm.
organize it.
No. I wouldn't even know where to start.
You should be inside. You just say, hey, we all want to do a jam. And then you put it online and you go like, make your own teams. And then people say, I want to join, or they don't join. And then you pick a theme and then you go make the game.
Sounds like a job for each year's class rep.
Okay, this actually seems to be an easier. So it keeps them, it keeps the shape correct, but it just doesn't understand which is inside and which is outside, which is kind of fair. So I know, so because I can see it on the model. Okay, cool. Is that the pumpkin done? Please be the pumpkin done. And I can check by grabbing everything. And deselecting everything that's not unwrapped yet. I believe we have finished the pumpkin.
Yeah. I'll put the kettle on.
Take a look at that beautiful baby boy.
I'm gonna save so I don't cry if I lose my... Okay, and then we just need to do the rest, which is way simpler. Oh, why did I make 2 bow bits? I should have just done 1. I'm just gonna unwrap one of them and delete the other one. But you kind of see why I was talking about like unwrapping individual pieces as opposed to like making 2 ears and unwrapping each one, like why. But the rest should be quite a bit easier. I think 3ds Max won't like my little tufts of fur, but let's see what it does. Does. Oh, you can do it. You can do it, Max. You can do it. Yes, 3ds Max. I love it. Cool. That's a tail. There's a small issue, I think. If I grab the vertices, I believe these vertices, yeah, they should ideally be like that. So let me grab all the vertices and just edit them. And the others, yeah, and pull them down so they kind of like that. just so we have space to text, because it'll be the top of the tuft. So I just want a bit of space to be able to texture it. But more or less, that's done. Cucumber done. Again, this thing probably should have unwrapped it before I did this on it, because now it's going to be awkward as heck. So let's try that. Just trying to think here. So this is the back, so I'll probably have the seam run along the back.
Another reason why I don't work along while you work away at the same time is because of something like this, where you say it should have been better to do something else before doing this part. So I go through the video once and then learn what I need to do before certain steps, and then I just do them before they need to be done. Where they should be done, whereas you say they should be done.
That's a very good argument that I am finding difficulty in this debunking. Okay, so I'm going to try and do like a Kokan thing. So I'll cut like these little pieces, but I'm leaving a little strip so they're still connected. Let's see if that works. I will also get rid of these random extra. Okay, cool. Please unwrap well. Come on, you my friend. The cucumber did it, you can do it too. And yeah, I will show you some like auto unwrappers. Sometimes for some stuff they're great, and for some stuff they're kind of like, no. Ooh, almost. We're getting there. And you see what's happening? It's trying to keep the curve shape as well. So I made a dome. Let's try a polygon angles. Aha, come on, we can do it. Yes, I believe in you. I've stopped believing in you. Maybe I believe in you. Come on. Come on. Just a little bit. Ugh, why? Come on. Okay, anyway. I can apply this and I just want to see. So I know it's on that area here that it's having issues. If I select that, I can see where it is on the model. Okay, so it's this there. So I might just cut this. I might just like have these in two separate pieces. And maybe that will solve my issue because it's trying to curve them and keep them spread as well. And then hopefully the texture, it's like it's in a junction area, so hopefully it's not too noticeable when I put a texture on it. Fingers crossed. Yeah, much better. Okay, cool. Another reason I should have unwrapped it straight is like, if you see for the cucumber, if I put like a texture that's like, I guess striped, it's in the right orientation that I can put that texture on. Whereas this, I now have two different pieces that I need to match to get a texture. So I've made the job worse for myself. So y'all should probably make the stock straight, unwrap it, and then after you finish unwrapping, make an edible poly, and then squish it into the right shape. So I did it. I did it silly. Should know better. That's why Professor is the lecturer and I'm just the assistant.
Assistant to the lectural manager.
I'm gonna actually unwrap the inside separately because I want to glow that one. So I'm gonna. This should be easier. I'll just grab all the polygons inside. And let's just pelt that. Which conversely, maybe I'll be able to just unwrap the whole thing. I mean, kinda. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's missing one little vertex here on the outside. That's a little squished. Let's bring that in. Otherwise, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, freaking little pyramid. Pyramid boy. And don't worry that they're all the different sizes. When I'm finished, I will homogenize them so they will be the correct size, fingers crossed. Okay, now we get to the two last little pieces. How much time do we have? 15 minutes. Okay, I'm only going to wrap one side of the bow. I'm going to ignore the other side of the bow. So let's see how we do this. I'm going to unwrap around the footprint, I think. Yeah. Oh, Max, why have you done that? Let's see if this works. Oh, pretty good. Commit. Job done. Let's just dump that on top. And then that means I know how to do the skull as well, because I can do it similarly. But let's do the bow, because the bow will be the easiest one. And let's just do that as it's a box, which will be pretty easy to unwrap. I also forgot to separate them from each other, so now I can't see inside here that well. Ugh, what I got? This edge here. And I can't see the other edge because I'm smart. See if I Alt X to make it transparent. Yeah, I can see it. Oop, wrong one. Cool. Have I told you about Alt X yet? Just hit Alt X and it'll make the model go transparent. Cool, that's pretty good. And then the final piece is just my one silly skull, which will be unwrapped more or less the same as how I did the paw. Lovely. Cool. And I think hopefully the last piece is just, yeah, it's just that. It's not anything else. Cool. Alright, what I'll do is I'll dump this in the middle of nowhere and ignore that for now. So if I grab all of these that I've just made, and essentially I want to fit them all into my UV shell, right? And I can do that manually, I can, or I can be lazy. And there is this thing called arrange elements, where you can, let's turn on rotate, so it will rotate each piece for us as well as rescaling. Padding is like how close it'll pad them, so I'll just show you what this does. So if I pack them, I can pack them, let's pack them custom. So it's just dump them all in, and it's trying to keep the same shape. Let's do a normalize. Okay, so the problem is because technically the inside is really big, it's taking up a lot of area here. I don't really like that. See if we can scale them down low. What are these pieces here? Are they random? Yeah, they're all random pieces from that. I'm going to drop the padding so they can get closer to each other. There we go. I'm going to rescale a few of the elements. Okay, so I've rescaled them. Hopefully they should stay the same size. Oh, repads them again.
Ooh.
Okay, whatever. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, and then they're all in here, ready to be textured. Cool. I think I have everything. I don't have the little spheres that I was saying, the little glowy spheres. I should actually put them in. But I don't need to unwrap those because they'll just have like a glowy material in them. So I don't really care about them. I'll just dump them in there wherever fits. So anyway, let's go back to edit poly. Let's delete that. Delete that one because that one's not edited. Let us add 2 spheres. Is there anything else that's going to do in edit poly? Oh, what am I doing? Need to make another sphere. I think as well, will I just copy 1 sphere to the inside? Is there any reason I need 2 spheres? I don't think there is. I'll just copy 1 sphere because they'll both be glowing. I'll copy one inside and just make it larger. I think that's all I need to do. Cool. Okay, glowy thing. This goes here. Oh, sure, I need to unwrap again because these spheres need to be there. You being sarcastic or are you serious?
Hmm.
It's honestly like one of the most painful things, unwrapping. We need to do it if you want pretty models. Just gonna delete the insight one because I do want to. I don't want to make two different unwraps, and then I'll do unwrap. I honestly think rigging is easier, personally, but your mileage may vary. We are, by the way, making one of the most difficult models to unwrap that I've ever seen in a first like semester context. Okay, so let me just repack these. Okay, that's pretty good. It's worth it when you finish everything. Okay, so can I just do a mirror clone of all of these? Copy. Yep.
Nice.
I actually should have moved. Oh, dang it. For some reason it copied the face as well.
And the stock.
Oh yeah. Maybe did I accidentally select them?
Mm.
Is it copied the freaking tail it has? Why? Why?
Why? We're live.
Okay. So again, if we were going to rig this, which we are not. What is happening here? Okay. If we were going to rig this, which we're not, we would leave that straight out there. But because we're not rigging that, I want to curl that in. We're going to do some basic animations to this. We're not going to do a full rig on it. A full rig we will see. We'll get. You don't want to do a full rig just yet. Promise. I should have done all of this on one of them before copying them, because I'm not smart. So if they're rotating like this, they're rotating individually. You can change to rotate around the center. So it's rotating around the center of the selection. I think what I'm going to do is I will try to separate them so we can have the top bit bobbing up and down. And that's pretty much it. We won't do too much more. Just leave it at that, I think. gonna make a copy of this as an object and then just flip that up. And then finally the tail, let's do the little curl on it again.
Do we need to make a copy of the bow for the tail?
Yeah, but I'll do that after I angle the tail. What am I doing? Doing this direction. What are you doing? There we go. Looks like Pikachu. Just because of the cheek stuff. And I'm gonna try and see if I can make the tail not quite so perfectly straight from the front. Just soft selection.
It's cute. And we're now 1 minute past 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, so
2
I'm
minutes
1
past
minute
5.
overdue, but there we
2
go.
minutes. It's cute. I like it.
Let's do a quick render to see.
Here's a do a shuffle
Oh
with
my god,
Duncan.
imagine if you render and it's just completely destroyed in the render.
Nah, it wouldn't be. Okay, so that is basically ready for us to go next week and start texturing. So I need you. Oh, sorry, the bow.
Does mine have to be a cat because of what Cahill has said that mine looks like? Can I do Pikachu instead?
No. Officially, I have to say no.
Alright then. No, a pumpkin Pikachu with the tail and the bow tie. So I'm still doing all the
Officially, no.
different pieces but making it look like Pikachu. Okay then.
So honestly, this is like really hard. It was pretty hard, but like
Yeah.
this could be something you would see in a game. This shouldn't be. There we go. This
Like an
actually
MMO
could be.
Halloween event.
There exists
Yeah, like a
there
MOBA minion.
exists
It's
Oh
actually
yeah, it is
not.
like a minion.
Yeah, it is. Like, And the poly count would probably be similar. 3,000 polys? Yeah, this is very low poly. So now we just need to texture this. Yay. Should the paws be bigger? No, I like them kind of small. Hey, look. It's a pumpkin.
Overwatch Halloween event.
It's only so many ways. Okay. Let me
Get a
stop
pumpkin.
recording.